I know, I gotta fix that.
All right, I guess we're live.
Are we live? Uh-oh.
I just put it up.
Let's say we'll do it live.
AP, can you just fix your stuff?
Is it better? Is it better now?
Nope.
No. Damn. Okay.
God, I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I might have to just increase your input volume.
Hey, give me a sec.
Wouldn't be a Ranger Command without all the technical difficulties. YouTube sucks. La la la. Dancing around. 5th anniversary.
We're vamping for time.
We are vamping.
Is it better now?
Whoa!
Yay!
There it is.
Okay. I don't know what just happened, but I didn't even do anything. So
as Arsef just said on here, trying to figure out how to get the mic in your helmet to work. That joke will never get old. Vamping. All right.
Gosh.
Everyone, welcome to Ranger Command Power Hour.
Live.
Live. Jazz hands. It would not be a Ranger Command if we didn't have a shit ton of technical difficulties. So, yes, I set up the stream wrong, and it was telling me that I needed to download some kind of weird client thing, which I didn't have, and I don't have the time to set up. So we deleted that old stream, and we are doing Google Hangouts, as it should be. Easy. I need a break. Okay.
We haven't even started yet. You need a break.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining the live stream today. Zach will be our chat moderator.
I'll keep an eye on chat. Sure, why not?
I guess I can type too.
Yeah, typing is up to you. I can just talk to people.
Wait, okay. There's a chat?
There's a chat.
I have a chat set up. I think you can see it going live. Hopefully it stays on there. Because YouTube does this thing where if you have a chat with a video, sometimes they'll keep the chat for the replay, and sometimes it won't. Because it did do that on the last time, and I think yeah. Arsef says, man, Eric, that collection. This isn't even a fraction of it. I've got boxes everywhere, as my wife would attest to. Speaking of
your wife,
chat.
So how do I see this live chat?
You click on the live stream link that Eric has posted to the Ranger Command Twitter.
Okay, give me a hot second. I just need to look at this.
Just
make sure it's muted so it's not feedbacking in your ear.
Yeah. You'll hear an echo of a delayed 10 seconds.
I accidentally went to twitter.com/Ranger Command, which is not us. All right. Okay.
That's Ranger Command PH if you're on Twitter.
5 years now. 5 years.
Don't. Nah.
Please, and please, for the love of God, people, stop following the DX account. That's over with.
The DX era is over.
Oh my gosh.
We're at Ranger Command Prime.
We're just a shit show.
Chris, that was a good attempt. Chris said, AP, you need to enable your webcam to see the chat. The mystery of AP is going to remain a mystery.
Yes, the mystery is there.
It's my thing. I can't not do mystery.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Are you set up with the chat?
Yes, I can see it.
All right, cool. Because now we're going to do an actual episode. So I'm going to do the intro and everything.
Now the 10th caller gets gets tickets to go see Sia. It's not Billy Joel. Sorry, pal. That's a throwback, by the way, in case nobody caught that, to our Thanksgiving wait, no, not our Thanksgiving episode, our Lost episode. Haha.
Sia, I'm trying to remember that.
That was the monster was Sia. Like
so,
literally.
So the people in the chat, we've got like Toku Kid, Ponygon 88, Hoovian Callium, Edward Sanchez, Tyler Bozetsky, J Boss. We've got Arsef, Animal 865. We got Mostly Speaking Sentai. That's James and Nicole. We've got Kyler Weller, Steve Furios, Long's Toys. If I mispronounce anyone's name, we've got my wife Teresa, who's in the living room right over there. We've got a bunch of people in here, so thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. We've got Will Coe in the house from Riders, Rangers, and Rambles the Streets, which I was on Friday. They're cool too. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of people here. Thank you so much for tuning into our live episode, and we'll get started. So today on the Power Hour, episode 133, Ranger Command Power Hour 5th Anniversary Special, recorded on January 21st, 2019. Welcome to the Ranger Command Power Hour on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. So I'm a Ranger Up with your hosts. I'm Eric, also known as Trekkie B47.
I'm AP, also known as Secret Ranger Fan.
And I'm Zach, also known as Hollywood.
This episode is brought to you by our patrons on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/RangerCommandPH to learn more about supporting Ranger Command Power Hour. Thanks to our $5 and above patrons, Juan S., Doug F., Tyler W., Christopher M., Bo H., Steve F., Derek G., Teresa B., and Jacob P. for supporting us this month.
Woo.
Woo.
It's 5 years!
5 years of doing this podcast, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Time flies. Time flies.
It does fly. Wow.
Oh my gosh. I can't even believe it. This is nuts.
It's been 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
And people still listen to my nonsense.
Yeah.
It is
more than that, people love your nonsense.
I know. That's insane.
I mean, people take part of your polls for Burger King or Starbucks.
I know.
We make all the food choices here on
just Bandersnatch my life, man.
Topical. I have jokes not going to get stale.
That went over my head.
The new Netflix thing, Bandersnatch. Was it Black Mirror?
Oh, Bandersnatch. I thought you were talking about Cumberbatch.
I've seen neither of those things.
Bandersnatch. Isn't that the guy that played Doctor Strange?
Oh, man. Oh, wow. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So we do have some news items to talk about. First off, Teresa and I talked about this on the last episode that just released this Saturday, but I want to get your guys' thoughts for Battle for the Grid.
I'm interested. I'm very interested. I remember one of the first Power Rangers video games was the fighting game on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, that was my favoriteest thing when I was little.
Played so much of that, and like now they're like, oh yeah, here's Battle for the Grid. It's a Power Rangers fighting game, and I went, you have my curiosity. Let's see some more. The night that the trailer leaked, I was still awake when it leaked. And you guys saw, I instantly texted you guys in the thread, and I was like, did we know about this? And nobody told me, because this is amazing.
Yeah, nobody was supposed to know, and that's the thing.
Yep, that unfortunately happened. And
because literally that night before I went to bed, I got an email from our contact at Enway. You've heard him on the show before, Chris Peralta. And it was like, hey, there's a cool Power Ranger surprise, and I want to talk to you about it. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to go to bed now. Morning, it's like fires and flames, and it's all been released. When I opened up Twitter for the first time that morning, I saw someone tag me and was like, "Oh my god, check out this trailer!" And I'm like, "Oh god, that has to be it!" Like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
There just better be some light speed in this.
Look who's in chat. Hassan joined. Hey, buddy.
Oh, Hassan Ahmed, what's up? But yeah, Battle for the Grid. I'm gonna get it for Xbox One, or I may get it for PC because I've got this sweet rig right now. So I don't know.
I've got none of those consoles, so
Cool.
Maybe I'll have to upgrade.
I'm probably gonna get it for either PC or Switch.
Okay.
Probably Switch.
Hey, then we can play.
Yeah.
Because
I like how
it's
like it's like cross compatible too.
Yeah.
Like cross console.
Except for
PlayStation 4, because Sony has very isolationist views.
But no, I'm excited to have this release and to play with everyone. I think that's going to be super cool. Like, we get to play with our listeners, friends, and what's so awesome is that there is an offline multiplayer. So, like, Teresa and I can play it in the living room, just whatever.
Hassan said he has the deluxe edition pre-ordered for Switch. Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the deluxe edition. I want to get that season pass.
Absolutely.
The art book. It's going to be cool. I like Legacy Wars. This is not Legacy Wars, as they have been plugging the whole time. This is not a port. Oh, and there's Kyle Weller with that Psycho Green mention. He's that Psycho Green guy, so hopefully you'll get your wish one day, buddy. But yeah, I'm super excited for it.
Yeah,
definitely. It's going to be fun. I mean, when's the last time we had a Power Rangers video game on consoles?
Power Ranger Samurai.
No, that crappy one from a couple years ago on Xbox.
Yeah, Power Ranger Samurai.
Oh no! He's talking about
that
the Mighty
Morphin,
the beat 'em up
battle thing.
Let me rephrase. When was the last time we had a good quality Power Rangers video game on Switch? Or on consoles. Sorry, my brain is just thinking of the Switch now. Where is my Switch? There's my Switch.
Mega Battle. That was the name of it. That I played it. I was hoping for good things. It stunk. I don't think I could get past the second level. But yeah, oh well. Or maybe I just suck at side scrollers. Whatever. Teresa and I talked about this, but did you guys have anything to weigh in on the Anime Los Angeles arson fire thing that happened?
I think it's just a damn shame is what it is. This person obviously had issues, and it's, I'm glad he was caught.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know enough about it to really comment on it. All that I'll say is, I don't know, you just have to be like vigilant.
Yeah.
Like no matter where you go. And not like, and I don't mean it as in like afraid of everything, but just like it's just the world we live in. You just gotta watch out for yourself and your friends and just everybody, because it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of the climate we live in nowadays, and it's really unfortunate to see people go after other people's property and things just because they're upset. So, I mean, that's kind of just human history, but yeah, our links, the links to the donation page are in our last show notes. Also, there's a news article that was kind of like summed the whole thing up. So definitely check it out. There's a member of the Power Rangers cosplay community that's been affected because of this. So definitely lend them a hand. So cool. So moving on, We didn't really talk about this when it leaked, but I wanted to talk about it now. The Beast Morphers power-up mode that's been revealed, and I want to see if I can share my screen. Okay, share screen.
Oh, yeah, right. There's your.
All right, so this is from Power Rangers Now, but also the one who found it was Mir at the Power Scoop. So we're gonna go directly to that. So this is the new armor for Beast Morphers, and there's definitely hints at there. The design is kind of similar to Powered Custom, but if you do like a side-by-side of that, this looks kind of like a downgraded version. So I think it'd be cool if this was some kind of prototype before they finalize and it goes into the Sentai footage with Powered Custom. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I remember seeing when this first came out that somebody compared it to the Jungle Fury bike armor with the shoulder pads. That was an apt comparison. I think the shoulder pads look similar, but for the most part, yeah, you're right. It is a very sleek, very slim down sort of power up, and it'll be interesting to see in motion when we get to see the season when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of possibility here for storytelling if they do it right, because, you know, if this is some kind of prototype and this is a very like tech-based season with an organization behind it, I generally tend to like those seasons more. And it'd be cool if, you know, some of these extra characters that they announced with, you know, the entire cast, maybe some of the technicians or whatever, maybe that would feel more like a Lightspeed Rescue feel, where they're kind of introducing new equipment all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'm just hoping all the Rangers get a power up. Like, since this is original footage, clearly, I'm hoping they didn't just completely scrap like the idea of everyone getting a power up, and it's not just like a Red Ranger thing.
No. So what I'm saying is, I think maybe Red Ranger is testing out the prototype version.
Yeah.
And then for season 2, it goes more into Beast, Go Busters footage, and where all of them have the powered custom.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I posted a picture about this where it was like side by side with the Go Busters armor, and the Go Busters armor certainly looks like a more refined, better version of this. So I'm putting my money on like a prototype type story. But yeah, I mean, they went to the trouble of creating. I'm going to stop screen sharing. But no, they went to the trouble of creating new outfits and retrofitting the monster suits. So they're clearly spending some money on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, you know, hopefully in the long run, it translates to a better product in terms of the television show itself, to show the fandom like, hey, look, we care about this franchise. We care about the product. We want the product to be as best it can be. So we put money into, you know, fixing the suits, fixing the monster suits, making things look crisp and clean and nice the way they should look.
Yeah, and Go Busters already has really good cockpit footage for the Megazords. And I'm glad. I don't want another standing in an empty room with all of them at pedestals, like swinging around. It just
like very obvious seams in the walls. I'm like over that.
That was. See, it was
so distracting. Well, once you notice it, you can't not notice it.
It was fine. Like Samurai, at least they had like a 3D textured background, and then what was it? Well, Megaforce had cockpit footage, so that wasn't a big deal. I'm forgetting my scenes. Dino Charge, that still had a great background, and then Ninja Steel is just like they slapped up prints on a wall. And those seams, when I first saw that, when they revealed the Megazord, I was so over it. To see the visible seams of the printouts was just lazy. Super lazy. Anywho. Oh, wow. And Aaron Gallo, my partner from the Starfleet Escape podcast, has joined the 5th anniversary live stream. So thank you. And we got Mr. Yellow in here and Dark Tiger, and we've got Kevin. Oh, we got so many people. So thanks, guys.
So many people showing love. We really appreciate it, you guys.
Yes.
So the next one, speaking of Beast Morphers, this was really cool because Jackie Slazowski is actually a native to the Chicago suburbs, and specifically Arlington Heights, which I've lived near and worked at. And so she was actually featured in a Daily Herald, which is the local newspaper here. And I'll share my screen again. Oh, God, and I got to turn off ad blocker. So anyways, okay, I disabled it. Leave me alone. I've already done it. Okay.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Do I have to refresh the thing? My God. Okay. I don't like technology. All right. So Daily Herald, local newspaper here in Chicago, did a whole focus on Jacqueline Slazowski. There's this really cool video. She's flipping around. They're interviewing her. That's pretty cool. We got the links to that, or just look up Daily Herald Power Rangers, because that's an article that doesn't happen all the time. But a few things to note from this. They do note that it is the 26th and 27th season, which is Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So we're wondering if we're getting a season 2 or not. This kind of solidifies that. And we already knew, but for those that don't know, Mike Chat, who was Chad in Lightspeed Rescue as the Blue Ranger, he's still involved with stunts and training the actors. So that's really cool. And then we get a last name for her character. So it's Zoe Reeves is the name of the character. Cool. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen there. It's really cool to, I don't know, just to see that, like a local Chicago paper covering Power Rangers. And it's cool to have an actress from here on the show right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it's super cool to have local representation. I can't wait to see the show. I'm just as anxious as every other fan out there right now. Just like, can it be March already so we can get some Beast Morphers action going on?
Or April, or whenever the hell they decide to air it, because we don't know. Now there's a Megazord car shade that's been released at Box Lunch. If you don't know what Box Lunch is, they are in the malls. At least there's a couple here where I'm at. But they're also online. This is also from Power Rangers Now. But yeah, it's this car shade direct for your car. And you can make your car look like the cockpit of a Megazord. Because who wouldn't want that?
I mean, I don't even own a car and I want this.
And it's like $17. Who cares?
Like, I would put it up in my window. It's just like, that's cool.
Yeah, and then it's got the new Power Rangers branding logo on there, so that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. Is that the first product with the new branding logo on it?
It is.
Awesome.
Well, unless you count those calendars, but
nah.
Yeah.
What about those Valentines?
Or that.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm going with AP on this one. But Mr. Yellow brought up a good point. What if they did Power Coin seat covers?
Oh, that's that. See, this just
Now you're like, I have to go out and buy a car.
Yeah, I need a car for all this stuff, guys. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
AP's not feeling it.
What? No, I'm feeling it.
Sorry, that was just your best Mark Wahlberg in the happening. What? No.
And then Shout Factory is announcing the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 Steelbook DVD. And yeah, this is like the 8th time that Shout Factory released this stuff. So yeah, it's if you didn't get the mega set, if you didn't get the big helmet collection, if you didn't get the standalone release, if you didn't get this and that, here it is again. And if you didn't get the 25th anniversary Steelbook, they've broken up the set, and you can get the first season in April, I believe it is. Yeah, April 16th for $28. If you haven't got MMPR by now, I don't think you'll ever get it at this rate. But yeah, from what I heard, there was a lot of problems with the 25th anniversary Steelbook collection. A lot of people received theirs damaged. They had some production delays and this and that. So to me, this is kind of like, hey, let's sell the stuff that wasn't damaged kind of a thing. But I don't know. It's really easy to press DVDs and stuff, so maybe they just cranked out a bunch of these to keep on selling Mighty Morphin, because that's all we'll ever get now. I don't know. So yeah, hopefully they do release the Power Rangers movie Blu-ray in a standalone release. We still don't have any confirmation if they're ever going to do that. That's something I would love to do, because I don't want to spend $175 to get the Steelbook collection. It's just, I've already double dipped in MMPR. I don't need to triple dip.
Yeah.
So have they released that? They've released the Blu-ray in like a set already, right?
Yeah, that's the 25th anniversary Steelbook collection. So it's a bunch of these for Mighty Morphin, like the first 3 seasons.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, because I honestly haven't, maybe I missed it, but like, does that movie even look decent in like Blu-ray quality?
Oh, it does, because I think there's like an HBO stream or something where it was like I think this was a year and a half ago, and there was also that 35 millimeter print that was running around, like the remastered. And apparently, from what I've heard, what they streamed on HBO, or what they shown on HBO, was like really good quality. So yeah, I would love to have it on Blu-ray, just to have that, extra fidelity from the 35 millimeter print. That'd be great.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, the special effects wise, like, would that just look even worse in Blu-ray quality? Or
I don't think they scaled up the effects. The Megazords are still going to look like trash.
Yeah, the CGI, oh boy, that did not hold up at all.
No, it didn't. Oh, and we got Josh Perry here, Living Ranger Key on Twitter. It's the best boy. That's a little joke from him. So hey, Josh, good to see you. Yeah, so we've got some questions here and comments that were submitted to us. So I'm going to ask the chat to hold off on any questions for right now. I don't want Zach to get overwhelmed in the chat. But we've got some favorite moments and some messages, and then some questions from Ranger Nation, which we'll talk about. So first off, Steve F., he's in the chat. He could read it if he was on stream. But at Hit People Guy said, announcing the N-Way segments felt like a real feather in your cap. Listening to you all talk about the new leaked toys, like the Shadow Ranger hype, and every bit of James plugging your Patreon. So yeah, thank you for listening again, Steve. Thanks for contributing to our Patreon. Yeah, N-Way was cool. That was a cool thing that we're getting to do with them. And we hope to continue that more in the future, especially now with Battle for the Grid. That's just one more thing that we can talk about, maybe get some exclusives for that. So that's pretty cool.
That would be amazing if we could do that.
Yeah. And I mean, we haven't used our YouTube channel a lot, but I would love to either do a Ranger Command Twitch or on YouTube and just stream some Let's Plays. That would be cool if, you know, the three of us could play some kind of battle royale. That'd be really cool.
I'd be down.
Yeah, I see our listeners have taken the whole hold off on the questions thing as a challenge.
Oh, great. That's fine, guys.
Hashtag LOLJK.
All right, Adam at Little Adam 87 said, "Congrats on 5 outstanding years. Here's to continued success via more of the entertaining and informative content you deliver every episode." Oh, excuse me. Dinner. An outstanding part of Ranger Nation. Our listeners are getting a complete uncut experience.
They really are.
Because when I trim this for the episode, it's probably going to be half the time.
I could drop the F-bomb at any moment.
You could.
Oh my gosh.
As you stare into the stream creepily.
Oh my gosh. That was almost a really bad circumcision joke.
What?
Think about it. You just said the word trim and uncut.
Oh, God.
over again.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the inner workings of AP's mind.
Live podcasting. Yeah. Freeze frame. All right.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Everyone's like, what did she say? So we do have some questions.
I had to. I'm sorry.
That's it. Chat's going off the rails. AP broke the stream.
It's done. It's done. Oh man.
Oh.
Okay, so we do have some questions that we received earlier from Ranger Nation. Trying to. Oh, come on. Oh no. The jokes in the chat are.
Chris, that is it. Ranger Command Power Hour, a cut above the rest.
5 years, guys. This is what we've come
Liz
to.
is in chat. Liz.
God, that's horrible. Oh man.
I really hope this chat stays intact when we like.
It better, because that would be awesome.
This is love you guys. You're the best.
No, okay, guys. PG-13.
Yeah, come on. Let's stop sticking around. Good job, Mr. Yellow. Trouble by the
No, stop. Oh God. Oh my God.
Okay. Just breathe, everyone. Breathe.
Okay. Bor L at Titanium Tigre said, "What do you all think about the MMPR Toys video on Power Rangers being called a dead brand?" And if you haven't seen this, I guess they were chatting with their YouTube person or whatever. And they've been doing this channel for like 10 years. And their YouTube person said, "Why don't you just stop doing Power Rangers? No one's searching for it. It's kind of a dead thing. No one cares." And it's like, okay, so what do we do, kind of a thing. And do I think Power Rangers is a dead brand? No, because Hasbro just bought it and we're still waiting on that stuff. So I don't think it's dead, but I do think Hasbro needs to do some work to get it Power Rangers more into the mainstream, because it just needs to have that mainstream ability to keep going in the future.
It's just in kind of like a hibernation right now. You know, we're in this transitional period from the end of the Neo Saban era to the beginning of the Hasbro era, where right now we have basically nothing to bank on. We don't have the show running right now. We don't have the new toys yet. We don't have, we didn't have the hype of the Super Steel season because it was kind of a dud. Just right now, we're in this transitional phase where we're waiting for the new stuff to come out. Once the new stuff comes out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's good, then we will have a ton to talk about and we'll be excited and the brand will reawaken. But for right now, we're just kind of like, we're waiting. We're waiting for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in a complete holding pattern right now, but we're in this transition phase. But the brand is still going. You don't buy a franchise for $500 million. It's $500 million. I don't know how many times I have to keep saying that to people. They're like, Hasbro's going to fail, and
you don't spend money on something that's worth nothing,
right?
No matter what.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't have bought it if they didn't believe that they could get something out of it. So
exactly,
that's all that I need to know. I feel like they clearly had some kind of plan, saw something in it. I mean, clearly it's not like a billions of dollars franchise, but it's worth something.
Well,
it's not
for Hasbro. It's worth $500 million. So
it's hit like a lull, but it's not dead. It's not dead by any means.
And I know we see this a lot in our fandom, and I know we can put blinders on because we're kind of like this echo chamber within the fandom. But the thing is, it's like, we see this in our own fandom. Everyone's like, where's the trailer? Oh my God, the trailer. Every day, the trailer. I need the trailer. Where's the trailer? Where's the date? Hasbro, help us. Oh my God, where's the trailer? And it's like, it's coming. It'll be here soon.
Just slow your roll, man.
I would rather they take their time to put out a product that is worthwhile than to rush a subpar product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what's great about what we're going through now, because people are like, oh my God, I need the trailer. Well, that's just building up people's anticipation. But now it's getting to the point where people are like, every time Jason Bischoff makes a Twitter thing, or anytime Power Rangers posts a social media thing, it's a social media intern. Like, they have their own marketing people. They're not going to answer no matter how many times someone's like, well, yeah, this is cool, but where's the trailer? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't need it. I mean, we do, but then we don't. Just chill, man.
All I want is a premiere date. Just tell me when that first episode is going to drop, and I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's not a dead brand. It's just on pause right now.
Yeah.
Edward Sanchez at Edward is a Man. What is your favorite Power Rangers moment or moments of 2018? I think we did that in our 2018 recap episode. Check that out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rehash any of that. What's your favorite episode of Ranger Command Power Hour?
Ooh.
Our lost episode. The Lightspeed lost episode.
That is a fun one.
It was, I mean, excuse my language, but it was batshit. And I still can't believe we actually pulled that off. Like, mostly Eric, who probably had the patience of a frickin' saint to cut all that dialogue together. But I can't believe that it happened in general. And then some of the actual Lightspeed cast listened to it, and they didn't think that we were insane people, as far as I know. And
well, hey, we still got an interview with Sean Johnson, so if he heard that and came on our show, it's fine. It's fine. From a technical standpoint, that was challenging because we were scripting everything, and then I had to find the right episode clips in Lightspeed, pull those out of the episode, make sure the quality was okay, and then kind of like put all that together as an audio drama. And that's one of the reasons one of my favorite episodes is when we did Ranger Command 100th episode. And we had many members of past co-hosts, a lot of whom participated and are in this chat right now. And to wrangle over 20 people and to organize, and everyone was on board and getting clips early and their voiceovers and all that stuff. It was just such a great example of teamwork within the fandom just to get something done. And everyone was really professional about it, got everything on time. And that was like an editing nightmare. I think I had like 30 separate tracks or 35 tracks at one point to put that all together. So I like that as a technical challenge. If I'm given enough time to edit an episode like that, like one of our skit episodes that we do, I love the challenge of finding sound effects and sound clips and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Anytime we got to do those audio dramas was very entertaining.
In the chat, he just said, I hit shuffle on my phone the other day and my lines from that came up.
That's hilarious. Oh yeah, so someone was saying, like, I did that voice and people were like, can I impersonate Kermit? I can. Teresa's heard it. So hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and you're listening to Ranger Command Power Hour here on the Four Eyed Radio Network. Yay! Okay.
That was terrifying.
Hi ho.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
I'm gonna have nightmares now. All right.
Hello.
Deborah, no.
Oh. Zach, any other favorite episode?
God, like I said, I think my favorite episode in our long history, our long storied history, getting Dave Fielding on, talking with him, talking comic books, nerding out about The Flash on TV. Like, here is the man who basically played, one of the most influential characters of my childhood, and he and I are vibing on the same level. Vibing. He and I are. I hate myself every day. So like having Chris Long. Yes, that was a Babylon reference. Thank you. Sorry, I just saw it in chat. Sorry, I just got sidetracked by Chris. Damn it, Chris.
No. But he was one of
having Dave Fielding on was amazing, and like because of having him on, getting to know him, hanging out with him at PMC, like all of it is just so awesome.
Teresa's saying I can do Mickey Mouse too. I can, but I don't. I don't want this to become Eric perform like a monkey here.
Eric, your wife told you to do it. You gotta listen to her now.
Because Mickey, it takes it. Huh? Oh gosh and golly! You're listening to Ranger Command Power Hour, huh? There, you guys happy now? Like, jeez. Okay. But yeah, and I think just in terms of interviews, one of my favorite interviews was definitely Erin Cahill. She is awesome.
She was so like, I don't know, just so easy to like talk to.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't chill. Like intimidating or it was nice.
Oh God. And then my Schwarzenegger impression.
Oh, Lord.
Get down to the chopper and listen to the Ranger Commander. All right.
Oh my God, this is scary.
This is turning into Dance Monkey Dance Night for Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could still do my Sophia Bush and Forrest Gump impressions, I would totally be on that. But
I thought you were Sophia Bush.
I might be. We don't know yet.
We don't talk about that.
And yeah, the AES-JDF thing, that's just audio processing. I can't auto-tune myself on command. It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. What are you doing? Get down. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It's not a morpher. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. That's it with impressions.
At least we're entertaining Teresa.
Yeah. And I could probably hear her in the other room. Mir and Nightmare 10 asks, the Sean C.W. Johnson interview was amazing. What surprises did these 5 years have for you since starting the podcast? Yeah, she's laughing. I just heard her.
I think
through my headphones. That's great.
Surprises that this podcast has brought. I'm just so surprised at the amount of love and support that Ranger Nation has had for this show. When we started it, we didn't think it was gonna blow up to this level, certainly. But here we are now, 5 years strong, and that's thanks to Ranger Nation, and that's thanks to all you guys in chat, everyone who listens to this, when they're exercising, when they're driving to work, when they're taking the train, whatever they do, and they choose to take their free time and listen to us. And that's insane. That's wonderful, and we love you guys for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like absolutely.
It's sorry, it's kind of like you said, like, I never expected it to get to this point. I mean, I feel like just like the following we've received from like Ranger Nation, and then also the fact that I don't know what you guys' opinion on it is, but I feel like we almost started the Patreon as like a little bit of a joke, but then people actually gave us money.
Yeah, and really when we did the Patreon, I mean, that was more like, hey, let's just try this to see if it happens, because we did some software upgrades because of that. We did equipment upgrades because of that. We've been able to keep the website going with hosting fees and all that stuff. We've been able to do contests and giveaways. And I know I haven't always been the best at doing all that stuff on time, but we switched things up in the last few months, and my friend Alex Villagomez, he does Alex Villagomez Design. You can check him out. He's doing all of our sticker production. So I got to get him some files for some of the new helmet stickers that we got going out to our patrons. And Teresa mentioned like PC upgrades and all this stuff. So it doesn't go to waste, and more often than not, it goes back to our listeners through contests and all that stuff. So yeah, it was something that we just tried because I'm like, hey, if we're at this level, and it was kind of like the grounds roots of Patreon anyway. And I mean, it's not like we're making hand over fist. It's like $100 a month. Like, come on. It's
like we're not like getting any actual like income off this, like in the least bit.
No. Every dollar we receive gets funneled directly into the podcast in some way, shape, or form. Like,
right.
And that's all we've ever wanted it to do. We've never sought to like make a living off of this. We do this purely out of our love of the franchise, our love of the fandom, our love for the product, and we want to be a voice where we give a voice to you guys, where you guys can write in and say, hey, I want to talk about this. Hey, what are your thoughts on this? Like, we exist to be a part of the conversation as a whole.
Right.
And we are not the like deciding factors of the conversation. We are just a place to propagate the conversation.
Just get a different perspective. Maybe one that doesn't even necessarily always sort of agree with the I guess like the corporate people. Like, we're not gonna
always,
like, we're not gonna always butter the stuff up. Like, we're
Buttery.
We're gonna, but
no, but I get what you're saying, AP. Like we're not subject to these corporations and like, oh my god, it's cool. Yeah, we are in a partnership with Enway, but I can still be critical of the game, but I can do it in a way that they can listen to our criticisms in a constructive way,
like be respectful about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, giving a voice to Ranger Nation is cool, and I think that's one of the few things that has really surprised me over the 5 years is that whenever we put out the call for questions or we ask our listeners a question for stuff that we'll read on the show, I'm still surprised, and we'll get like 20 or 30 answers that we have to read in the show, and there are a wide variety of opinions, and there's some opinions that we don't agree with, but we talk it out and we give voice to all those opinions.
Exactly.
And we try to do the best we can with Ranger Nation, and Ranger Nation is full of many like talented individuals, cosplayers and artists and podcasters and people who make music and find behind the scenes stuff and just create content and review and read the comics. And that's the great thing about the fandom. You can be as much of a fan into this as you want, or you can completely be out of it and still be a fan. And just because you're a fan, you don't have to create content. You can do whatever you want as a fan. And whether it's commenting or just going on Ranger Board or any of those boards. And I think that's what's important, is to keep that conversation going. And that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like anytime we get an interview, that surprises me. I mean, it shouldn't not like, oh wow, he scored an interview, but just some of the help that we've had behind the scenes to get interviews, and people are like, oh yeah, I want to do that. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that honestly does surprise me sometimes. It's like, wait, what? The actors want to be on our show? Like,
yeah, like they're actually almost like eager to be on our show sometimes, and it's like, wait, what? Like...
Yeah, it's crazy. But no, there's a lot of people that help us. Our listeners help us. Our listeners keep us going, and that's really the big thing in the past 5 years, is just developing a community. I'll say right now, there's like almost 3,000 people on Twitter. Half of them don't even, I don't even know, but the episode numbers are there. There are so many people out there that are listening to us, but don't interact with us. And that's crazy to me. So if you like the show, just like review us on iTunes or something. It takes like 5 seconds. But no, that's like, how many? Tyler asked a good question. How many Ranger Command shirts do you have? I have like 4 different shirts with different colors. So yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. I feel like I'm like picturing the implication. Like Eric never takes the shirt off. Okay?
No, it's just like
he's always wearing the Ranger
closet, and it's like the same outfit hundreds of times.
I go to work in Ranger Command, even though I'm in a professional office setting. Yeah,
you're just taking a style tip from Power Ranger Samurai. Always wear the same outfit.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate that show.
Or no, wait, was it Megaforce that they always wear the same outfit?
Yeah.
Megaforce style tip.
Samurai had at least character change their clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of shirts, I'm going to be adding more designs. I'm actually going to do the 5th anniversary logo, which we just debuted this week, like yesterday. So that'll be on a shirt. there's just shirts. You can get a shirt. Why not? Get a shirt. Anime Redneck 96 asked, well, he said, what was the moment where y'all said together or individually, holy shit, we made it? Congrats on 5 years. I haven't been the most consistent listener as of late, but when I have time to sit down and listen, I always love the show and content. I'm proud to call y'all friends. And that's great. Whether you like pile on a bunch of episodes or listen every week, I don't care. You guys are listening. That's cool. Mm-hmm. The holy shit, we made it moment.
I know mine. Instantly, okay. I know mine. The moment when I found out, I think, Eric, you had told me that, because you had been messaged privately, that Cheryl Saban had listened to the show.
I don't think she listened to the show, but she did like follow our Instagram account and like commented.
Oh, right. Okay. So just in that moment, like I was like, uh-oh, somebody in the hierarchy knows we exist now. That was like okay, I really got to watch what I say. But since then, I've been more critical than anyone, so it doesn't really matter.
I think the moment for me, it was during our first year, and it was my first time at Power Morphicon, and literally like Chris, Toku Chris, and myself, we were just walking towards the line. It was like we'd literally dumped our bags in the hotel and we're going to get in line to pick up our badges. Mm-hmm. And just walking down the line, like, and people were like, oh, wait, is that Eric from Ranger Command? Oh my God, Eric, Tricky B47. And I'm like, what's even going on? Like,
I'm surprised you ran into Kermit the Frog again.
Oh my God. Eric from Ranger Command, yay!
The arms are what's getting me.
Yay! We gotta do the crazy Kermit arms, yay! No, this was Power Morphicon 2014, because 2014 is when we launched the show, and so this was literally 8 months after we launched the show, and you know, whether that was through my previous YouTube shenanigans before I had the podcast or whatever. But no, just to have people come up and say, wow, I like the show. It's really cool. It's nice to meet you. And I'm like, I have no idea who you are, but thanks. and that was pretty cool. That was like oh, holy shit. Well, and to circle back, this year, this past year's Power Morphicon, there were like 2 separate like young listeners that were like, I really like your show and it's inspired me to do this. And that was a real moment where I was like, wow, you know, there's younger people listening. There's people that are getting inspired to create their own stuff. And that was like a real, like, oh, wow, this is pretty cool. And then the C2E2, not this past 2018, but in 2017, just some mom with her kid, and the kid listens to me and specifically sought me out because I guess he saw a post on Instagram or Twitter where I was like, hey, I'm going to C2E2, look at my shirt. And like pretty much spent the whole day trying to find me and just to say hi and to meet me. And this kid couldn't have been more than like 10 or 11 years old.
Oh and my gosh.
And that was like, his mom was just, hey, are you Eric? Are you this person? And I was like, yeah, that's me. And she's like, oh, he listens to your show all the time. And he was like totally nervous. I was like, hey, what's up? You know, thanks for listening. And yeah, so when people ask me like, hey, why do you censor the podcast? Why do you do that? One, because I think it's hilarious. I just like bleep stuff. Like
you should start
always funnier.
stuff. just bleep stuff that we didn't even like, that aren't even bad words, you know? Just start doing like random bleeping
This
like
week
they
an
do.
unnecessary censorship Ranger Command edition.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
I think there have been one or two times where I may have actually done that on the show. Just because I wanted to bleep in there. They're funny. But no, I do it because there are kids that listen. There is the target demographic that actually watches Power Rangers, that listen to the show. And that's not something I had planned to happen. It was just like, well, hey, if we're saying we're going to be focusing on Ranger Nation, that also includes the current generation that's watching the show. So yeah, it wasn't something I was like, oh yeah, we're going to get that 10 to 11-year-old demographic. It was just like, well, hey, in case, someone comes across our content that's underage, I don't want to be the one guy that's like, oh mom, what does fuck mean? Like I don't know.
I wasn't the first one to drop an F-bomb.
Well, that'll be bleeped. Oh shit, do I have a soundboard? Oh no, there is a control room. I don't even know what half these buttons are on here.
That's because we never used this platform.
Well, we used to, but that was like the early days when we record on Google Hangouts, but it didn't have all this stuff now.
So when did I think we made it? Huh.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably when like some of the Lightspeed cast commented on that lost episode, because I was like, I wasn't expecting it to get back around to them. It was just something kind of fun we did, and then they listened to it, and
then Zach's like, ugh, with the chloroform bit.
I don't know, man. Some of it, like, in all honesty, some of that I would have, like, now I wouldn't have done some of those jokes that we did then. But it was just like them like listening to it and like it getting back around to people who were actually kind of involved in the show. It's like, whoa, like that was like my moment.
Mr. Yellow asked if I wonder if ASJ or JDF heard the episode 100 skit.
Oh dear.
Probably.
And I don't care if they did. That's the thing.
I mean, I guarantee you JDF knows about JDF Watch.
Oh, for sure.
JDF Watch.
Because we tried to get him on the show for a year and kept getting the runaround. So
we gave up.
So sorry, people who were expecting the Ranger Command interview with JDF. We tried. It wasn't on our end. Tyler said if you say JDF's name 3 times, he tweets at you to challenge you at a UFC match. Oh, God. Pal at Paladin4221 asks, what do you think would have happened to RPM if Eddie Gazalian, I probably spelled that wrong, had stayed for the entire series instead of leaving or being removed at the halfway point? I don't know, because he got canned for going over budget. Like, would have Disney have allowed to kept doing that? Probably not. Especially for the last season of something that they wanted to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of the I really don't know. I don't know what his intentions were. To me, when I first watched that show, I didn't know about those behind the scenes. When I was watching it as it was airing, and RPM was the show that was least broadcast during its broadcast time. So if you like look at Berg's Burgundy Rangers site or any of that, RPM was barely broadcast. It was like maybe the Saturday and one rerun. And even in subsequent years, they haven't replayed it a lot. Mm-hmm. So when it was airing, I didn't know that there was like a change behind the scenes unless I was paying attention to the credits, which I usually don't. At least not when I'm first watching it. So yeah, I think I noticed, oh wow, Chip Lynn's doing this now. But it wasn't like, to me, it felt like the story, there wasn't a real gap. The only thing that I really hated about RPM, and it was something that's relevant because I had to explain this to Teresa on the last episode, was that whole behind the scenes episode called And Action. That was also like they were doing it in character. It was super weird. Like, I appreciated the behind the scenes stuff, but that was like a weird, like, okay, guys, what are you going on? And I don't know if that was the transitional point for the show. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't know. I never really watched RPM. But,
yeah, you avoided that episode commentary quite deftly.
I wasn't even asked.
Oh, well, I think you're unavailable.
Maybe. Work's been kicking my ass lately.
Yeah, I know. So Eric T, and he gave me instructions on how to pronounce his name. QB Noyoko.
Noyoko, yeah.
Noyoko.
Is it QB or GB? It's QB.
It's QB.
QB Noyoko.
Noyoko.
Yeah. Yep.
So if Tommy has a master morpher, does that make him a Morphin master? Does that mean Draken could possibly took the heart of a Morphin master Tommy, thereby killing another Tommy? But he said, on a more serious note, what do you think a master morpher is really? Do you think it's any different from Super Mega Force mastering morphing into the past Rangers? If Ninja is still a thing, I think it's something that he created. That's what it is. Or because in Soul of the Dragon, they say that the Master Morpher, or one of the characters comments that, oh, this looks like, is this Fairweather's work? Is this Cranston's work? So it was built for Tommy by someone. And I just think that, whatever happened in Super Mega Force, no matter what you think of Legendary Battle, I think the events of the Legendary Battle restored everyone's access point to the morphing grid.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
And so my headcanon is that before Legendary Battle happened, when those powers got activated, I think that's when Tommy got either Haley or someone that he knew to help fix an old morpher. And now, because all of the connection points to the morphing grid were restored, now he's got this thing to have access. So I think he had access to the Master Morpher all the way back in Legendary Battle. Mm-hmm. And if he didn't, it was probably shortly after that. Mm-hmm. That's my headcanon.
Yep. And that's exactly, literally exactly what I was going to say. So I second that.
Cool.
I'm doing thumbs up too, which is weird, but you can't see me. So
nope. I mean, you can make that easy for everyone and just turn on the camera, but no, I'm not. I'm kidding.
I have a camera cover, so it wouldn't quite work. But
that'd be funny if the icon goes away and it's just black. It's like, well, what are you talking about? I'm sitting in a very dark room.
It would actually be yellow. Fun fact. So my camera cover is yellow. I would just be a giant yellow blob. Which is very apt.
All right. Well, headcanon accepted.
Headcanon accepted.
All right. So Ranger Liz said favorite comic series before Shattered Grid and favorite one after Shattered Grid. Pretend I worded that as a question. Explosions. Well, I wasn't really reading a lot of comics before Power Rangers came out. I used to read comics a lot back during high school and college. But afterwards, I kind of just phased out of it. So comic series before Shattered Grid. Well, when I was a kid into a teenager, I collected pretty much every single issue of Sonic the Hedgehog. And I know that's not like Batman or, you know, DC or Marvel or anything, but I mean, I was a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fanboy when I was a kid, and Archie Comics came out with that thing. I literally, that was the only comic I've ever like subscribed to. Like, I filled out the card, sent it in the mail, got issues in the mail. That's how I kept up with it. And that was a number of years ago. I think that was like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, where what?
Sorry, apparently we're like answering everyone's questions wrong. If you're looking at the group chat,
what the hell?
Like, my question was actually, or it's
like... Well, Liz meant like, did you prefer Go-Go Power Rangers or the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers more?
Oh God.
And then the other one about the
phrase it that way.
And then the other one about
we read way too deep into it.
And then the Morphin Master one.
Did I get that wrong too?
We got that one wrong too.
Zach, you're supposed to be helping me in the chat.
It was fun watching you flounder for a while.
Oh what my God, Zach, you sadist.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
God.
Listen, my brain is already on vacation, okay? I'm flying to California in less than 48 hours. My brain is gone.
Okay, do I prefer...
Did you prefer Go-Go Power Rangers over MMPR, or did you prefer MMPR over Go-Go?
Right now, I'm liking Go-Go more than Beyond the Grid. But Beyond the Grid is getting more interesting. But my big problem early on with Beyond the Grid was the art style for the characters' faces. Couldn't get into it. Like, I love Simone D, or whatever his name is. Like, I forget. I'm bad with names. But I like his drawings and depictions of the Ranger suits, and I love his unique layouts. But the first couple issues, those faces were rough. And then they brought in like some guest artists and this and that to help out. And now, like, you look at his Instagram and he's drawing, you know, the final issues, I guess, for Beyond the Grid or whatever. And now his faces are like perfect. Like, they're all great. And you can recognize what characters they are. So I don't know what happened there, but overall, I'm liking Go-Go a bit more right now. Like, I like the color swap thing that they've been wrapping up, and now they're getting into a whole new arc. So, but I collect both of them, I read both of them, and I enjoy both of them. So, and you guys aren't caught up, right?
No.
I finished Shattered Grid, but that was about it. I haven't read any of the Beyond the Grid stuff.
I've read the first 2 volumes of MMPR, and then the pink one. I read that too. That's all that I've read so far. So,
all right. Zachary Shiloh at ZachShy130 said, "Hey guys, congrats on your 5th anniversary. Thanks for being awesome." And then he's got 3 questions. Who would you like to interview this year?
Ooh,
I mean, I know a couple we've got in the pipeline, but
yeah,
we can't mention that yet.
Somebody from Beast Morphers.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
like if we did some kind of like what we did with Yoshi, if we did like a Yoshi scenario where we got him on during the show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I don't care like which person it is. Really, dude?
Tyler said Rick Medina. Sorry, I'm not going to go to...
Really, dude? No.
Too soon. Not
going to go to LA County Jail or wherever the hell he is. So, yeah, I would like to get someone from my favorite seasons, like more Lightspeed, SPD.
I mean,
current season would be cool too.
Yeah.
It would be fun to get like two people, like multiple people from one season on at the same time.
That
like
would
at
be
least
cool.
2 people.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice idea.
That would be cool.
God, we're terrible.
Eric, you're not subtle. You're not subtle, Eric. You ruined it.
I didn't ruin anything. What are you talking about? Moving on. Do you think the Green Ranger arc finishes Go-Go Power Rangers? Well, they said that. I mean, they said from the beginning that Boom Comics, the first series of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that's after Tommy joins the team, and Go-Go is the core team before Tommy. Well, if you're following along right now, they're kind of bringing elements of the Green Ranger into it. We're seeing where the green dragon coin comes from. We see that Rita now has a plan for it. Are they ramping up for Go-Go to finish? I don't know. I hope they don't, because it's cool. But we did see Tommy in Go-Go for that brief Shattered Grid crossover. So, I don't know. I would like to see Go-Go Power Rangers continue. Right now, it's the only thing in the comics where you can see the original Mighty Morphin team. I would love for it to continue. I think Ryan Parrott is a great writer. I like Dan Mora's art, and I also like the new artist's art. So I very much like seeing the beginnings of this team through the comics. Like, they're already laying the groundwork for the Rad Bug and that kind of stuff. So it's fun to get like another spin on the show, but deeper into their high school lives.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I guess Kevin said, Ryan said it won't last forever. There is an end coming. Well, if there is, and if it wraps up this year, great. It's been a great 2-year run, I guess. I don't know, but I will keep buying it until it's done. So, and then he asks, when Beyond the Grid ends, how will we be reintroduced to the original team? I have no idea what their plans are for that world, because the universe essentially reset and we're following Rangers that are outside of that event. So if a new writer comes along or someone else comes along, does that mean they're going to reboot the show? Are they going to go to another season? I don't know. I'm not a writer for the comic books. I would love to see the original team again if Go-Go does end, but I would love to see like Rocky and Aisha and Adam, like, you know, the next generation of MMPR, like Catherine, White Ranger. I would love to see Lord Zed in the comics. He's always been on these variant covers, but he's never actually been in the comics. And I would love to see Lord Zed.
Zed in the comics would be amazing, because they wouldn't have to water him down like they did with Zed during season 3 or whatever it was. Yeah, Zed in the comics would be amazing.
Yeah, they really would. I would love to see that. And then our last question, just that we had on the docket, and then we'll open up to the live chat. Johnny at Johnny_Moreno asks, with Hasbro taking over Power Rangers, what Sentai series do you want to see adapted? You know what? I want to see all of them adapted. I want to see Tokyuger adapted. I want to see Juoger adapted.
Is that the one with the jungle animals on the chest?
The jungle animals on the chest.
I kind of like those suits. Like, the more I looked at them, the more I liked them.
Yeah.
So
Juoger was a great series. Tokyuger was a great series. Yeah, I'm down. Bring them over.
How about this latest one that's coming up? Those suits are beautiful.
Oh,
you know, yeah,
Ryu Soldier.
Ryu Soldier.
Yes, those suits are beautiful. Like, I would love to see that be adapted. Like, not next, but like eventually. Yeah. Like, I hope they don't skip it.
Yeah, they just released this trailer for this 4-part series for Sentai that's starting. It's going to take place like between Pato Ranger versus Lupat with Rouge Soldier. So it's kind of like a mini series, and they're bringing back everyone. They're bringing Captain Marvelous back. They're bringing. I saw Shadow Ranger at one point, or not Shadow, Deca Master. So, and there was a brief cameo from the Rouge Soldiers. So it's like those Sentai versus movies where they tease the next team in some way. Yeah, I would love to see Rouge Soldier, just anything. Like, I hope Hasbro adopts all of it. Like, I know we skipped in the past, but if we could just keep going forward, but at the same time, like, yeah, Tokuger, I know they used one of the villains there for Cosmo Royale, but maybe Cosmo Royale survived the whatever in Ninja Steel, and
maybe it's his twin brother,
or his twin brother, or yeah, exactly, like, another member of the race.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people can say whatever they want about, oh well, if they reuse the elements and you can't do it. The Power Rangers can do anything. They have done everything.
It's a show about people fighting rubber sheet monsters. Like, they can do whatever they want. Like, realistically.
And I would love, like, I've always wanted, if they did adapt Zyuohger, because it was all like the Minecraft type of cubes or whatever. I would love to see them do a video game based series. There are elements of that series, like with the pixels and the Zords and like the cube structure, where just spin it off. Like, yeah, you can do the animal otherworld thing, or what if it's just a virtual world? What if it's a Momorpaga, one of those like multi-online player? What if it's like a World of Warcraft thing?
Like a Mega Ranger type thing.
Exactly. Like, give us a video games like based concept for a series. That's a great way to take a Sentai and like twist it around, because when Power Rangers goes that creative extra step, like, you turn a video game Sentai into a space season. They took some chances, and that's all I want Hasbro to do, is just take some chances with this franchise. That'd be awesome.
Yep. All
right. Well, we're gonna open it up to some listener questions in the chat. So
I saw one I liked. If I can just dig that out of there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think it's Tyler, Arasef, right?
Yeah.
Is that Tyler? Okay. He said, here's a question dovetailing from that. Hasbro got redone suits and monsters. What if Hasbro doesn't dig the available Sentai someday? Do they do the like ZO2 thing with the incumbent show? Or do they get the suits and such from a way back season like Jetman and go to town with entirely original footage?
Wow.
So like go backwards or just continue what you got?
I don't like the 2-season thing. We've had it for so long, and I was a little disappointed when they said that Beast Morphers was going to be like another 2 years. And frankly, I just think that's Nickelodeon. They got to renegotiate whatever contract, because the whole hiatus thing and 22 episodes a year, it doesn't have to be a 40-episode season, but let's just do like one season. And Will made a great point. He said, let's just get back to 1-year adaptations. You can tell a great, concise story in 25 episodes. And that's true. Like the Disney seasons, like SPD, Mystic Force, it was like they had 40, and then it was like 38, and then 32, which was like the final count. And they still told a whole season story in 32 episodes. And it's great because you can have that plot that keeps moving forward. You have less of the filler. Do you have a clips show thrown in there? Sure. But if you get creative with it, you can work that in a creative way. And I would love to get back to like one show for 1 year. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
As far as going all the way back to Jetman, if you're going that far back, think of everything that they have to redo. They have to redo the Zord models, either CGI or physical. They have to recreate those suits. And I know a lot of suits were recreated for Gokaiger, but to me, that almost seems like too much, or like you're going too far. At a certain point, you just got to cut it off. And I'm thankful that Shout Factory released Jetman on DVD. I can still experience those suits and that story without a Power Rangers adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Either go back and adapt the ones that we already skipped, or just keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go too far back, the costs become just higher and higher.
Like, I would understand, like, I would be okay if, say, they eventually went back to like Tokuger or something, you know, like if they skip over it and then go back to it maybe like 3-4 years later, but no far back than that.
Yeah, I think Beast Morphers is at that limit, like that 6 to 7 years, because just from, you know, hearing what Jason said when I was at San Diego Comic-Con, they completely recreated the monster suits and they did all new suits for the Rangers. That isn't cheap. And personally, I don't know how much Hasbro is willing to throw money at this brand in addition to what they already bought it for. I don't know if they increase the production budget, but to do Beast Morphers, that had to be a significant cost to recreate like 20 or 30 monster suits and all the Ranger suits.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. But like personally, I would just rather them continue to go forward.
Yeah.
Maybe skip a season if it doesn't quite speak to them, but be able to, I guess,
have the option.
Yeah.
Or hell, if it's a season that they don't necessarily like, why not do like a mini web series or something and just get a limited run of merchandise, do a limited type of show, maybe do like an Alien Ranger thing where they only do 10 episodes of a Sentai.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be an option too.
Or do like a cool like mini movie type situation.
Yeah, as a transition for the next team. Why not?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's cosplay, we already answered that question about Power Rangers being quote-unquote dead. It's not. It's just some YouTube person looking at searches and yeah. Would you like the Shattered Grid comics converted into show? I would love to see it animated.
Yeah.
With the original actors reprising as voice roles. That'd be great. Because Shattered Grid Live showed us that would be a really cool thing to do.
Yep.
All right. Any more questions? Come on, guys, ask us questions.
Yeah.
Anything. We will answer anything. Anything. It's 5 years.
Well,
come on.
Within reason.
Within reason. But come on.
But I just to know it, I am going to cut this off at probably at 9 p.m. or maybe 9:15 just to get a nice 2-hour episode in. So yeah. Ponagon88 asks if Hasbro decided to do their own original Power Ranger series not related to the Sentai, what would you like to see? I said this when I was on Mostly Speaking Sentai. Even though I'm not into sports, I think a sports or Olympic themed Sentai would be cool. Something music based would be cool. And shout out to Deca Mexican, Ivan, for the Jamingers project.
Jaminger stuff is hype. I love everything I see coming out of that.
Yeah, the suits look great. The video, the concept look great. So I just want them to do a theme that they haven't done before. And I think sports or music or video games, like I said, just some way to adapt to what the kids like today. Doo. Yeah, just something unique that we haven't seen before in Power Rangers. And wow, I mean, if you get the guys, the designers at Hasbro who have created Transformers, and you get those guys involved in some kind of like original Power Rangers project.
Oh yeah.
I think if you let these guys go wild, they could create something really cool.
I like this question we got right here.
Okay.
Not sure the person's name, but Kirozio?
It's Kevin.
Kevin. Okay. Kevin said, we've gotten more lore about Time Force and SPD because of the comics, Hyperforce. What series would we like to see get more story next? I would like besides the fact that like Lightspeed is my favorite, like Lightspeed, because I feel like just the base of that leads itself to like so much more. Like it was a government, like almost like a government program. Like these are like public identity people. Like where did it go from there? Did they continue to program?
Right.
Did they add more Rangers or something? Like, are there multiple teams? I feel like that idea lends itself to so much more story.
And Super Mega Force showed us that Carter and Dana were still active. So if they're still active, are they mentors? Are they Rangers out of retirement? I don't know, but that'd be a cool series to explore, kind of like what goes on next. I would love to see the In Space team more, or the effects of Lost Galaxy. What happened after Miranoi? Again, like we had Leo come back wearing the same outfit that he's been wearing for the past 20 years in Super Mega Force. So what's the deal there? I think Dimensions in Danger did a little bit of that because, we had some people that we haven't seen in a long time, like TJ, go, oh, no, not Lord Draven. Like, even though Lord Draven, I think, was a shitty villain. But there's a story there. Like, oh, wait, you guys are still on adventures? Like, what's going on? So there's a broader, like, these guys never stop being Power Rangers. Like, all of these Rangers are still out there fighting in some form or fashion. And yeah, we're not going to have all the actors, but that's why I think something like an animated series would be amazing, because you could continue these stories. And that's what I liked about Shattered Grid, was because we got to see how characters from different eras interacted with each other. And that was half the fun of Shattered Grid.
Yeah. So to kind of mirror what Kevin said, he said he would love to see where Jungle Fury or the Wind Rangers are now. Absolutely. I think you could do a whole lot with Jungle Fury and Ninja Storm's universes, because they were schools literally designed to train Power Rangers.
And what a missed opportunity from Ninja Steel. Like, you have Ninja set that up on a platter, like, all right, here's some Ninja Storm and Alien Rangers if you want it. And they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying everything has to be connected all of the time, but when you have a new team of like Ninja Power Rangers, and there's already 2 schools of Ninja training Power Rangers out there, like, use what you got. And that's why I was a little bit disappointed with like Dimensions in Danger from a cameo standpoint, because you have so many New Zealand actors now that are down there. And I get it, they're all very busy and actually have jobs and have careers, and may not want to do the Power Ranger thing anymore, but you didn't at least ask, really?
Yeah.
Teresa asked, what Ranger or villain do you want to have a backstory line or future story that is not in the comics yet? I just want to see Lord Zed in the comics. I think if they did the go-go treatment for him, because they're giving us a lot of Rita's backstory, I want to see more about Lord Zed's backstory. Like, confirm the Zeo crystal burning his skin off. Like, show us that story. Show us how, Master Vio conquered half the galaxy before, before Zordon put Rita in a tube, like that, or in a dumpster, like that kind of stuff. I think just expanding the lore that you already have is good, and that's another reason why I like the comics. There's that whole year 2 issue that used the supersonic powers, which was Mask Man, or whatever that was. And that was from Super Mega Force. So taking the quote unquote mistakes of the show and correcting them in a story way, I think is clever. And there's opportunities there where they can, correct the mistakes of the show in some instances.
Yeah. 5 man.
5 man.
All right. So I see we got a couple. Any recommendations for restaurants or fast food chains? we got a couple of those. I figured we'll get that out of the way now.
Okay, somehow I got disconnected.
Oh, that's very odd.
And that was 2 of me. Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
It wouldn't be Range Command without technical difficulties.
Yep, it just said I logged out, so that was cool. Thanks, YouTube. You're the best.
Amazing.
All right.
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
I think that's my cue to just go. Time to turn it off. Yeah. Did Eric's stream die? Yep. There's 2 of me now.
Yeah.
YouTube is shit. So we'll probably take like 2 more questions and then we'll call it a night.
All right. So, food recommendations. Just get it out of the way.
There is a place near me that I have done. I use DoorDash to get them to deliver to me while I'm at work. It is a sushi place that has a choose any 3 rolls for $12.99. It's amazing.
That sounds good.
It is delicious.
So sushi. That's your recommendation.
Sushi is just, everyone should get sushi. Sushi's amazing. I would eat sushi every day, all day. When I go to California, I want to go to the all-you-can-eat sushi place we went to the one time and do it again because it was amazing.
Yeah, if anyone's out in the Chicago suburbs or even on the West Coast or in California, there's a great Japanese marketplace called Mitsuwa. They've got bookstores, like a grocery store. They've got a food court. If you love Japanese food and you're either in New Jersey or New York or LA, or if you're in Chicago, the little suburb, just check out Mitsuwa Marketplace. That place is always cool.
Mitsuwa is awesome, and if you're lucky, you can actually find Sentai and Rider stuff. Very rarely, but you can find them there.
Yeah, I found some nice those books, like the Sentai compilation books that they've been releasing recently. Those are cool. And even in the store, I've seen like the Lupat candy toys there.
Yeah.
But that surprised me because I haven't seen a Sentai toy in the grocery store for like 5 years. So that was a shock to me.
Yeah, my recommendation, probably just well, I said this in our food episode, I think, but Wayback Burgers. I love a good cheeseburger, man.
I tried checking that out in Michigan twice, and it was closed both times. Yeah. Oh, Teresa, yes, good recommendation. Seafood City in Chicago. It's right outside of Chicago, off the 94 expressway. It's in Skokie, I believe. It's awesome.
You like burgers, AP? There is a place in Yorkville called Crusade Burger Bar. We went there for my birthday dinner. It was amazing. The burgers are delicious. The fries you can choose garlic butter fries, which are amazing.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And then their milkshakes.
I'm
You
getting
have
hungry.
to see their milkshakes. Their milkshakes are insane. I posted a picture of the milkshake I got for my birthday. The S'moretorious B.I.G. milkshake.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good.
Like, that place, holy cow, I want to go back. It was amazing. And what's cool is every week they do a different milkshake and burger of the week.
They have kind of like a burger bar. I haven't been there yet, but they opened a burger bar in like our there's like one city in this entire state. So so they opened one up in Wilmington. It's called Farmer and the Cow. I have not been there yet, but I feel like it is roughly probably the same type of situation. I'm gonna have to go there. Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Also, Panera Bread. If anybody likes coffee, I feel like they have literally the best coffee. And by
Panera's
coffee, I mean
good.
like straight coffee, not like lattes or anything.
Oh, sure.
Just like regular coffee that you like dress yourself.
Mr. Yellow mentioned Culver's. Oh, Culver's is good. I love their butter burgers. I love the cheese curds instead of the fries. That place is a heart attack waiting to happen.
Yeah, cheese curds. Oh man, I'm ruined. I love cheese curds so much.
Oh shoot, we got the Ken Glenn in here. Robo Goat.
Robo Goat.
Robo Goat. All hail the Robo Goat.
Right.
Yeah, Culver's is great.
Culver's is pretty darn good. I mean, come on. The frozen custards are just out of this world.
Tyler asked another good question. You showed off the newest licensed car shade. What's a licensed product for Power Rangers that you'd want to see made?
Gosh, I feel like I'm getting everything I want. I'm getting a video game. I'm getting a board game. I'm getting like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope that Hasbro continues some sort of deluxe Morpher line for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited that I'm finally getting my digitizer after so long.
Mm-hmm. Can we get new Power Rangers toothbrushes from Dino Charge? I'm just going through my collection and like getting rid of stuff. So I think Saban Brand sent us like a care package, and it just so happened to have Dino Charge toothbrush. I don't know. I don't know. Get it for the kids.
Like more tie-in stuff like that I could use in like my everyday life. Like the toothbrushes or like cool pens or like cool keychains, like stuff like that.
I have something. Power Rangers clothing, like t-shirts, hoodies, and all that, but also make it available in bigger guy sizes.
Yeah,
jerks.
Literally, most of your adult fan base is big and tall. Make big and tall sizes.
Just Rangers come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah,
make it available. I know they preach like exercise.
Give me a what's Polly's character? Jack. I forget his last name.
What?
From Hyperforce.
Thomas.
Thompson.
Yeah.
Thomas?
No,
Thomas.
Jack D. Thomas. Yeah.
Jack D. Thomas. Give me like a shirt in like the style of the Hyperforce yellow uniform. I would wear the crap out of that shirt.
Ooh, like more costume shirts.
Yeah.
Just like in general. Like, remember they used to do those for a little while?
I would love like hoodies. Like I know that people have gotten sued over making hoodies styled as Rangers, but hey, they're making them because people want them. I would rock a Dino Charge like hoodie with the big battery on the side. Give me that stuff. Give me like a Green Ranger shield thing or a Gold Ranger or something like
they were doing it for a while there at like Hot Topic and stuff, and it seemed to be doing like gangbusters, but then it just didn't happen anymore.
And look, I found these suckers at what is that? JC Penney or something? These pants.
Ooh,
and it's got
leg. Hey.
Oh,
Oh my!
little...
Ranger Command After Dark.
What is happening right now?
I don't know, but my seat kind of slid down. But no,
it looks like you almost fell over.
Whoa! No, it's Kermit again. Ah! But no, I literally found these casual like
lounge
pajama pants.
Yeah,
and they were it was like JCPenney, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And it was in my size.
I'm going to JCPenney tomorrow. I want to look for those because I live in lounge pants when I'm not at work and I'm at home. Like my favorite pair, and I'm sad because they're starting to get.
This was a year ago, so I don't know if you're gonna find it, but yeah.
But no, like I live in lounge pants. If I could find Power Rangers lounge pants, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not saying they go crazy with it, but market to the adult fans more. Like I would rock the hell out of Power Ranger hoodies.
Kind of like they have like the Doctor Who line that you can find at like Hot Topic, just all those clothes that they have, something like that, something more like variation. Like stuff with like just subtle, even just like subtle influences from the franchise that like that fans would recognize, but you could like still get away with like wearing and not like, I don't know. I don't want to say get away with wearing like a Power Ranger shirt.
Sure.
But like just something more subtle. You know, that like it's like an in-joke between fans. Like you see like a Power Rangers fan across the room and they're like, "Oh, neat sweater," but no one else knows what the hell you're talking about. Something like
exactly. And I think but no, like even like the Time Force, just the front of their uniforms, it's just a shape. It's a shape and a color. And if you have never seen Time Force before, you're just gonna think, oh, that's kind of a cool sweater, I guess.
Yeah.
But like a hardcore Power Rangers fan is gonna go, nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
I literally recognized someone came into the escape rooms last week and he was wearing the Thunderlord Destiny 2 t-shirt that like they gave away as like a promo.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that a Thunderlord shirt? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, nice.
I wear my, it's got to be 10 years old at this point. I wear my 10-year-old Mass Effect N7 hoodie, and I just get started. I'm like, nice hoodie. That's awesome. Oh, Teresa was asking about Power Ranger headsets. Let me screen share these because
dear,
they already happened. So
yeah, I remember those.
That we got the Mega Force.
Yeah.
We got those little
White Ranger earbuds.
We got the Samurai. Oh yeah, those were all over Toys R Us. I don't know that monster. We got. All right, I'm just going through folders at that point. But yeah, those were a thing at some point. Not anymore.
Like I have that like just like little like nice little things. Like I have that
yeah, show us.
It was that flash drive. Remember that flash drive they had at Toys R Us? The like Megaforce red one.
I've got one right here. Look, this thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I have it. I'm literally holding mine right now.
I mean, this was totally designed or stolen off another artist, but they made it.
Like something like this, like maybe not stolen off another artist, but you know, something, just like little things.
I just have a ton of ride watches over here, Ada. That's what I keep close to my computer.
No, I was just using it as a test USB.
I would love to have like a whole bunch of like nerdy ass like pencils or like pens that I could keep in like my desk at work and nobody else knows what they are except like me and other Power Ranger fans.
Yeah.
You know, like just something with like maybe like ranger symbols on it, like just
something subtle.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. All right. I think that's it.
Coffee mugs. I would like a coffee mug.
Yeah.
Nice Power Rangers coffee mug.
Oh, I got the Power Rangers movie one. The Red Ranger helmet one that you can just sip off the top of his head. That was at Target.
That's neat.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I literally just saw something on my Facebook, on my Twitter feed that was a Power Rangers coffee mug, and now I'm trying to find it again. There it is. Morphin Legacy. Has a pretty cool Power Rangers coffee mug.
Mm. Oh,
Cool.
Ponygon said the pants Eric is wearing is on Amazon between $21 and $26. So in case you can't find it at the store, they got them on Amazon between $21 and $26.
All right. Well, everyone.
Ken Glenn said I think ASJ was selling coffee mugs. And I'm saying, I don't buy coffee mugs from bigots, so.
Oh, all right.
And on that note,
Ranger Nation. Well, before I go into my spiel, thank you everyone who joined in the chat. Thank you for listening. If you're listening to the audio version of this on the podcast, thank you so much, everyone, for
seriously, guys, you
joining
are
us.
amazing. You to take the time out on your Monday night and come hang out with us. We really appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you for everything that you guys have given us in return for the past 5 years. Really appreciate it. So it's going to be another fun year. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's keep on trucking along.
All right.
Maybe we'll get 2 people from the same season on the show.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe.
Stop hinting at it. It'll happen.
Nobody knows what we're talking about, though. That's the best part. Like, there's like so many options who that could be.
That's true. All right. Well, Ranger Nation, let us know what you think. If you have questions, you can email us at rangercommandpowerhour@gmail.com or check us out at rangercommand.com. We're on Twitter at rangercommandph, Instagram and Facebook, Ranger Command Power Hour, all one word. Thank you, everyone. And here's to another 5 years. I'm not even going to commit to that.
Listen, I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. It's been a blast.
Good night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right. I'm going to stop the broadcast.